Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire Stick TV, Facebook, and YouTube. Get all your sports news here first. The daily podcasts are Ken and Ken in the Morning, Lions Talk with Smoking Jeremy B, Wrestling Roundup, The Big Football Show, and more, Shield TV, Lions Villain Report, and Red Zone Rant. The afternoon podcasts are Valhalla, Grosef Sports, WCFL Dolphins Talk, The Cheap Seats, The Bodkin Show, Spirit of Detroit Podcast, and Maniacs. The nightly podcasts are Palace Hall Report, Frozen Tundra Network, Skull Gang 365, The Huddle Sports Network Open Mic, First and 10 with Foz, Main Event Football Show, Prime Sports World, The Man Cave, Prim and Proper Sports. Spitballing Podcast, Lions Fan Cave Chat, Puckett, 313 Den Podcast, The Guys Huddle, Shots from the Sideline, Let's Talk Sports, The Michigan Truth Sports Podcast, Off the Rails, NFC Northeast, Power Hours, and Detroit Lions News. Make sure you follow, like, share, subscribe, and comment. Hope you like all the show.
Here locally in the community, make sure y'all go check out Kneecap Body by Jeremy Campbell.
So, is Billy lining up for a field goal, or are they going for it on 4th and 1 at the 34-yard line?
The
brotherly
lined
shove.
up the tush push.
It's the brotherly shove. Here we
Oh,
go.
Not going to work without Kelsey.
Oh,
they
offside.
need
Threw
to.
him off.
Offside, so they win anyways. They had him get it, and then all of a sudden penalty. All right, I've got the game cast going from my fantasy because I was hoping that
Gotcha.
Jake Elliott was going to kick a field goal because that'd have been 44 yards and would have counted as 4 points. But we got Michael Marsh, go Pack Go, and Yoli Cruz, who's also a Packers. I got Packers fans in here before we got Lions fans. How crazy is that? Oh yeah, the Packers are on TV. That's why. But we got my buddy, Bistrilla the Thrilla of Nothing But the Smoke, Will Vogel of WVOGS 18 and his sports memorabilia show, drinking his Mountain Dew just like me. We got Keegan, the villain, Eckert. And she says, because we respect you. I love that, Yoli. And we got Main Event Mike. And Cameron's here too, but he's feeding the newborn in the background, so he just turned his camera off.
All righty.
But Main Event Mike is of the Main Event Mike show on Mondays and also a part of the Villain Report with Russell Wayne.
That's right. Weekdays at 10 a.m., the Villain Report, and then Monday nights at 7 p.m., it's the Main Event Football Show. Thanks for having me, Jeremy. Glad to be here.
Oh, no, I just figured, hey, let's round it out. Let's have a new face in here because it's the first week of the season and celebrate it with one of our fellow Huddle Sports Network guys because his show is also on the Huddle Sports Network.
I was hoping we'd be seeing the Packers getting blown out by now, but it's not to be, I guess.
Oh, I know. But the Phillies always been a second half team. If you actually watch, they don't score a lot in the first half unless they're up against a cupcake. And the Green Bay Packers are not a cupcake. Let's face it. They do have a decent roster. We just didn't know what this defense or the offense would look like with hardly seeing any of them this preseason.
Are you talking about the 10-1 at last year, or the 6-7 one? Because 6-7 one, there was nobody scoring in the second half. They just blew all the way around.
Hurts is looking terrible, and I think the field conditions have a little to do with it. But it's also the rust and also how he played down the stretch.
There it is. Touchdown.
Touchdown
Saquon.
Eagles. Touchdown
Touchdown
Eagles.
Saquon, baby.
Oh, there
Saquon's
it is.
tearing it up now. He got them cleats on now.
Saquon.
Saquon went
Okay,
in the
can you
back.
put my boy?
Hey,
Will-
What's up,
Give me
James?
those.
Perfect.
Give me those
Wheel
golf.
out.
They'll be
Boom.
better than these ones.
Also, could you do me a favor, Philly, and put in my boy Will Shipley every blue moon, please? My boy,
No.
Clemson boy, please.
On cue.
One. Yep, you got it.
All right. So I get a point on my fantasy
Well, there
team
we go.
because I got Jake Elliott.
I do too. Let's go, Jake Elliott.
Somebody snaked Jake that Bates off of me that draft. I don't know who that would be.
Can you fucking believe Philadelphia even got Saquon Barkley? It's outrageous, man. Somebody
Crazy.
smacked
The
that
Giants are a fucking idiot team.
idiot.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that they were investigated and proof of no tampering happened.
Ooh. That
He's a
wasn't
Philly.
true.
He's a Philly kid. Grew up an Eagles fan, and the day they franchise tagged it, the day they signed Daniel Jones and not him, and they tagged Saquon, it was over right then and there.
Yeah,
That was a pretty nice throw by Hurts.
Yeah, it
He
was.
threw
It
that
was.
in double coverage.
Yeah, it was.
That was pretty nice.
Yeah, but did you see? He took it. He never looked the defense off at all. He was watching
That's
Saquon.
why he
the
was double covered.
Oh yeah, that explains why he's double covered. I'd like.
Yeah, right. One. Let's see. Yep.
Who am I matched up with in the fantasy league this week?
Which one are you in? Our sleeper league?
Yep.
Okay.
Whoever Lions Den 1996 is.
Oh, Quinn Cook, the guy that auto drafted that got 4 quarterbacks and had to trade 2 of them away.
Man, he handed me a.
I'm
he
dead
handed
serious.
me a week.
Like, he set up his own queue, and his first 4 draft picks was 4 quarterbacks.
And that's all he got. Crazy.
I'll have to join you guys next year for sure. I will.
We had room for you. We offered it. You didn't show up. That's your fault.
I know.
Hold on, I'm gonna burp the baby.
Oh yeah,
I just
birthday baby. Let's see if it's healthy. I want to hear it rip.
Can you
right
see
on
the
the
big?
air.
Can you see the big fucking trophy over my left shoulder?
Yes, I do.
Fucking-
Your fantasy
That's I
football
won
league.
my league last year for. Thank you, David Montgomery. 20
I
years.
drafted
20 years in the
Montgomery.
league. It's the first time I ever won it. And I started the league 20 years ago, and I never won the trophy.
That sucks,
I
don't it?
drafted Montgomery.
I won one of my leagues
and-
last year with a full Lions team.
Wow.
I won with Goff, Gibbs, Amon-Ra, and Laporta in a Lions team fantasy league.
I didn't draft any Panthers this year because I had no confidence.
I took Leggett for you in one of my leagues.
Good for you, man. That's actually good. Jeremy, did you pick up the new Laporta shirt yet?
No, but I want to get one through Woodward Sports. Did you see what they're advertising for Laporta Potty? It's actually got a Porta John with the Lions logo and says Laporta Potty across it.
B, you need to get one of those.
I know. And it says he shits on your defense. I gotta have it. Oh, so let's get into this game.
That was a perfect throw, man. You're right. That is a fucking beautiful throw.
Yeah, it's a nice throw, wasn't it?
Yeah, right.
Gorgeous.
On the money.
With,
Double cover.
With the Rams mash O-line and now 3 DBs just hit the IR this week. Is anybody scared of the Rams? Be honest. Are you scared of what the Rams can do versus this team?
No.
Nope.
What about you, man?
Not really.
I think it's still a question mark. I mean, you've got a rookie going to start out there on the corner, Puka Nacua, Cooper Kupp. Those guys ain't no joke. They abused our corners in that playoff game.
Like
We
you're
were lucky to get out of there with a 1-point victory the way they were abusing our secondary. So, yeah. I know they're a mass unit. I know they're hurt on the offensive line, all this, but they also got Sean McVay, one of the best play callers in the game. So, yeah, you can't take them lightly. This is the NFL, man. This is a playoff team from last year. They got a lot of pride, a lot of good young players. They drafted extremely well in the last 2 years after they won the Super Bowl. They had nothing but lower round draft picks, and they hit on a lot of them.
They did have a good draft.
Just says Dontavian Wicks looks like a shitty target so far.
Yeah, Wicks just dropped an open catch.
Can't be doing that.
No, but you know what? I agree with Mike. Even though the alignment are banged up, you never can take a team lightly. As the saying goes, any given Sunday.
Absolutely. Beyond that, though, I mean, I expect the Lions to win, though. I expect them to cover the 3.5 point spread. But, you know, I a lot of people out here predicting crazy scores. It's also week 1. You got to keep that in mind, too. There's going to be rust. It's going to be, we see it all over every game in week 1.
So we actually had a dude on the podcast last year who he predicted a pretty wild score, and he had the closest spread out of everyone on the podcast.
Oh, that was versus Denver, if I remember right.
Yep. I projected 40-20, and I think it was like 2 points off on offense and 3 off on defense, or on for the Broncos.
Yeah.
That was my prediction. And honestly, I think without Aaron Donald, because he was the biggest issue for our top 3 O-line last year, without him there against our number 1 rated O-line, I have a lot of faith in Arnold and Rakestraw and
Paul
Davis.
Jones. They are not playing in Green Bay. They're not playing in Philly. They're playing in Sao Paulo, Brazil on a soccer field that looks like it's not very well maintained.
It's not.
Also, technically...
Thank you, Roger Goodell. Asshole.
Put everybody out there in an ice skating rink that's called a soccer field.
But, no, I think that Detroit's going to blow out LA. I think our defense is leagues better than theirs, and I feel like we do have easily a better offense.
We should blow them out on paper, no doubt about that.
I agree.
I'm not predicting like major. I think it's going to be a 2-touchdown win. I think it's 31-17. I'm predicting it to stay under.
Sounds good to me.
And that's if everything goes right. And guess what? Because they are so banged up, if it goes off the rails, I still say the Lions win, but they don't cover. It's 24-21.
I suffer from PTSOL, post-traumatic same old Lions, and the only thing to cure that is winning. PTSOL is a registered trademark of the Main Event 365 2022. All right, please drink responsibly.
Oh, Jeremy! In other news, we do have a health update.
Good. What is it?
So I will be having surgery early November to remove my left kidney.
Well, at least it's not both, and you don't need a transplant.
Yeah. So that is the current update. They wanted to do it sooner. I told them I wasn't missing my last show of the car season. I said, how far out can we push it? They said November. I said, that works for me.
Oh,
so how long is your recovery time?
Touchdown Green Bay, unfortunately.
Theoretically, because of what I do for work, they said I should be able to return within 3 to 6 weeks.
Yep,
I don't do anything wild, but I have one more major car show in me this year down in Houston, and I'm not missing it.
Jaden Reed, holy shit!
So we're going.
Oh wow!
We're going to that, coming back, and then about a week and a half later, I'll be having surgery.
Good luck with that, bro. Good luck.
6 carries for Josh Jacobs and only 4 yards and 1 reception for 9.
Yeah, but Manuel Wilson looks pretty good. I liked that kid last year in the preseason. Then he got hurt.
Where did he go to college?
I don't even know. He was a nobody in Packers camp last year in the preseason game. He was showing out.
Hey Jeremy, do you want to hear something really funny? Guess who's on my bench right now in our league?
Who?
No, wait, is it on my bench? I'm confused.
Yeah.
Xavier Worthy.
Oh,
Xavier Worthy's on my bench.
To
I would have put the game away last night alone. Huh?
He's out of Fort Valley State.
Yep.
Fort Valley
Tiny
State.
school.
Division II school.
What round did I draft him? I think he was like my first overall pick.
Like Cootstown.
Why just keep the point?
Ben Nervison got the extra point.
But
Penalty
offside.
on Jalen Carter.
On
1 yard.
Jalen Carter.
2
They
points.
gotta go for it.
Going for
They're
2
going for
points.
2 now.
So they got
Mhm.
a backup left tackle because the starting left tackle was too stupid to read the ingredients on whatever he took and tested positive for a PED substance. The left guard that was hurt, Jonah Jackson, because the center is hurt now 4 weeks. He has to play center. So the backup left guard is playing. And I just found out this week that Rob Haverstein has an injury and may not be able to play, and that's the right guard. And the right tackle is on the IR for 4 weeks too. So you're talking about 4 backups and a guy playing out of position at center for the offensive line. That's not a good look.
Who did they
Everything
play?
starts with the
Right.
offensive line. People just don't understand. I don't care who the hell your head coach is or your offensive coordinator is. If your offensive line can't block, it doesn't make a difference what plays you try to run. It really
Who
doesn't.
did they play after the Lions? I'm trying to think. I would love to
Hold on,
hear
I can tell you.
Who?
He's
the
asking who the
Rams
play
to
after the
see how they
Lions.
start the year.
Hold on, I'm looking. Week 2 is going to be the Cardinals. It goes Lions, Cardinals, 49ers, Bears, Packers, Raiders.
I think they go.
Up and down.
Yeah,
Their
I
that's,
first 5 games. I see them going I see them going 1-4 their first 5 games.
Winning against the
Their
Bears.
only win I see them.
You think they're not going to beat? You don't think they're going to beat the Cardinals?
I don't think
That's
they're
who
gonna
they
beat the
win.
Cardinals.
that's who they win against.
Yeah, so they're going to beat the Cardinals.
Oh,
You have the Rams who are going to kick the shit out of you, or the Lions that are going to kick the shit out of you. The 49ers, the Bears, and the Packers are all upper tier teams now. Give me 1 second.
But at that week 5, the offensive line may be healthy, but they may not be gelling yet because they haven't played. It'll be like their
Yeah.
first preseason game of the season. You know, like we always say, week 1 is sloppy games, and it's more like a preseason game nowadays with the 3 preseason games and no starters playing. And it was kind of a sloppy game last night. You know, 7 penalties for Baltimore, 6 penalties for the Chiefs, 15 penalties not called. And so even the refs had a bad game.
Exactly.
I think it was
10.
dumb for Baltimore to go for it on 4th down at midfield. Also,
2-point conversion was no good. They try to rush Josh Jacobs.
So,
Dumb.
Bistrilla, you're down here in Texas too, right?
Nope. I'm in Detroit, Michigan.
That's
Well,
right.
I'm in Chesterfield, Michigan.
Okay. Who was it that was in Texas?
That was Mike.
That's right.
Mike Johnson,
Viking fan.
Yeah, Mike Johnson.
Okay.
Mhm.
I need to see how many Cowboys fans he managed to sucker in to make a bet on the Dallas-Detroit game. I've got collectively 10K on the line on that game alone.
oh, God.
jeez,
You're gonna win it.
I do too. But jeez,
There's enough Cowboys fans that are that confident in Dak Prescott to make that bet.
when's that game? Week?
6.
Oh, I'm ready.
Right
Is
after
that
the bye
a
week.
primetime game?
Man, even the ref is out here twisting ankles. That's how you know the field is bad.
Yeah.
Right.
For sure.
Oh.
Shelby Township says hi to Chesterfield.
What's up, James? Oh, that's right. You're in Shelby Township, aren't you, James?
James Burgess, do check your email. I did send you Leonard's Venmo info this week and about paying for your hat and your bobblehead. So I can get that shipped out to you.
Yeah, and you're doing another thing soon, right?
A week from today, we're going to do the second one.
Cool, because Leonard told me what happened after with mine, so
Mm-hmm.
and I fully understood.
Yeah. To raise the money, it makes sense.
Yep,
And I'll leave it at
fully
that.
understood. Yep.
Chesterfield's getting a Chick-fil-A.
Ooh, doggies. Yo, move
And then
up.
they're talking about putting what's that damn chicken place that's down south that the hell is it?
Popeyes,
Canes.
Oh.
Canes is coming up here.
Raising Cane's. Wow.
So I'm going to start with main event Mike and ask, what is your score prediction for Sunday? Your non-PPSL SOL score prediction.
I'm gonna go 27-14.
Okay.
Lions win 27-14.
Keegan?
I think this is a 3-score game. I think it's going to be 28-7.
Wow.
Jeez.
Well, the one thing we can say is if AG's right, and he's telling us not to sleep on Davenport, but all of us know because Davenport hasn't had a healthy season in his entire career. It's not a question of if Davenport gets hurt, it's when.
He played 14 games in 2019.
That was
14
his best
games.
year.
That was his best season. 14. He had 9.5 sacks.
Yeah. And in the last 16
if he
games,
just gives us that on the other side of the line, I think we'll all be pretty happy.
I'll be
half of that.
10 games out of him. That's where I'm at with it, with how little we paid him, and the fact that Minnesota is still paying 2/3 of his salary this year.
That's great.
It's
22 sacks in 61 games.
Yep, and
I'll take that all day. So if this is the year that he can be healthy, if this is the year he has production every time. Last year he played in 4 games, had 2 sacks.
Right, and in the last 6
before he hit the IR.
Over the 3 seasons, and he hit the IR every year.
Every single year of his career, he's been on IR.
He hit 11.5 sacks in the last 3 years in the 16 games he's played. He's had 2 forced fumbles, which were strip sacks, by the way, people. He's also had 1 fumble recovery, and he's had 5 passes defended from the defensive end position. He's not like Hutch. He don't have the hands. He doesn't get the interception when he gets his hand on the ball.
Yeah.
And
it's not just one chronic. It's not just one chronic thing with him either. Every year he was on the IR, it was like something else. It was a wrist, it was an ankle, it was a soft tissue, hamstring, something. Every year something different.
You know who he reminds me of? A guy that was immensely talented that Detroit drafted and could do a lot of things, but never could stay on the field. It's Ziggy Ansah.
That's a good comparison.
Went on the field. Pressure monster, sack monster, did everything right, but he couldn't stay on the field for an entire season to save his life. He didn't even make it in Seattle when they signed him.
12th overall pick though, Davenport. I mean, hey, there's some upside there, some talent there for sure. The production is there when he does play. So right now he's healthy. Hey, I love the move. I loved it from day one. While people were calling for Matthew Betts, I said the whole time it's going to be Davenport. Trust me, that's going to be it. As long as he's healthy, when the season starts, he'll be starting out there.
I hate Mike Crow. I hate the fact that Betts is he as old as Ziggy was. Ziggy was not. Let's just say we don't trust birth certificate.
Oh, I wasn't talking about you, Jeremy. I was talking about somebody else, Big Dan.
No, you can put it out there. I hate Mike Crow. I admitted it.
Oh, I wasn't talking about you when I said, okay, well, there you go. Good call. You called Betts too, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
All right. Yeah. Sorry about that. And wasn't calling you out.
I hope something happens where we got to give him a call up at the CFL because I'm quite sure he'd rather make NFL money.
Yeah.
No. I hope nothing happens that we have to call him.
And I mean,
that means something bad is going to happen.
Let me rephrase
Just
that.
be right, Jeremy.
Just somebody on the back end of the roster. That's what I'm getting at. Nobody up front. Don't get me wrong. Don't get it twisted. I want our main guys.
I'm not getting it twisted, man. You said I hope that our team gets so depleted that we have to go to the CFL and get Matthew Betts just so I could be right and see. Yep, I told you.
No, because of what I saw from him in the preseason. I thought he should have made the roster.
Yeah, I agreed too. I don't disagree with that. I don't think you're wrong. He did show some flash there, but he's pretty small. He was smaller than I thought he was when you see him out there on the field.
Yeah, I was pretty surprised.
He's shorter and 20 pounds lighter than Hutchinson. That's not that much smaller when you consider the frame size.
Let's go, Philadelphia. Come on.
Did they just score again?
No, they're about to though. They're on 11.
Oh yeah, let's get it.
First and goal.
There you go. Touchdown.
I'm sticking with my pick from Wednesday night. I'm with the Packers.
Hey, I chose Philly for a reason. Fuck the Packers.
Let the
Fuck the
Packers.
Packers.
That's a mantra of the show. FTP baby.
So
FTP.
I'm just saying this because
Man,
let the
have you
Packers beat
Saquon,
the top NFC
again.
team.
Saquon
Two
again?
touchdowns.
Then-
Two
then
touchdowns for
screw.
Saquon now.
All right.
Holy crap.
All right. Have you seen all of the new sponsors I have for the non-paying sponsors? You know I've always had FTP, Mike.
Okay.
Have you seen the Vikings one yet?
Uh-uh.
Oh, you'll love this.
Oh, gosh.
And it's crying. That's what the whole thing is that makes it great. He's
And
crying.
It's fuck the Bears.
Don't you have kind of a soft spot? See, now that one I can get behind that.
Hey, look, it's
Don't you have
Dylan
kind of a
Williams.
soft spot for them Viking fans, though? Don't you?
No, not at all. Not after all
man,
the
just
shit
a little
they
bit.
talk.
Those poor
Wait a
guys. Man.
As much shit as they talk for decades about the Lions sucking and we finally get good and they fall apart, I'm loving it.
Right? Well, I don't know.
Well,
And-
from
and,
that perspective, yeah.
you
But
know,
from another
this is-
perspective,
Their fans are
Yeah.
better than the other two, in my opinion.
way better than the
yeah,
other.
yeah.
I guess that's where I'm going with that. I mean,
Yeah,
But
way
you gotta think
better
that
than the other two.
The crying Viking after this off season, that fits.
and their trophy case is more empty than ours.
Right. We at least have
And they-
past world championships.
But at least they've been to the big game 4 times. We haven't.
True, and they've
achieved
got that on us, no doubt.
Yeah.
And what a beautiful stadium.
Yep.
And all the players
Right.
ranked at number 1 for facilities.
Really not
too.
disappointing.
So who we on? I can't remember.
Cam,
Hmm?
Damn,
40-20.
your score
40-20.
prediction.
40-20 again. Oh,
Last time I guessed it, I was pretty damn close. We're going 40-20.
All right. Will,
35-17.
all right. And Bistrilla.
38-14.
Yeah, I like it.
I like it too, but I'm going to go right to my article because I did put out my game preview. It was published this morning. And I basically went through a little bit of last year. And let's remember one thing. Kendall Vildor and Brian Branch did shut down Cooper Kupp in that game.
That is true.
It was Cam Sutton that made Puka Nacua look like the next coming of Calvin Johnson.
No doubt.
But he did that to everybody he faced pretty much all season.
Pretty much.
I said, we all know the Cinderella story last year of the Detroit Lions making a deep playoff run with one of the worst passing defenses in the league, beating Los Angeles Rams by 1 point to advance to the divisional round. This Lions team is constructed way different from last season on defense. Kendall Vildor was our number 1 cornerback in the game. He is now cornerback number 5 or 6 on the depth chart. Acquisitions via trade and free agency of Carlton Davis III and Amik Robertson, plus drafting rookies Kerryon Arnold and Ennis Rakestraw Jr. in the first and second round, respectively, have immensely improved the talent in the secondary for Detroit. Most pundits rank the Lions' offensive line as the best in the NFL. The running back room with the 1-2 punch of David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs is ranked as one of the best running back duos in the league, led by signal callers Jared Goff, who has put together back-to-back top 5 statistics in the NFL. The wide receiver room is led by none other than Amon-Ra St. Brown, with plenty of others in tow. The wide receiver room may rank last in the NFC North, but is ranked 7th overall by PFF in the entire league, which means the NFC North has all 4 wide receiver rooms from 7 up. There's only 3 wide receiver rooms that are ranked higher than them, according to PFF. And that's insane because Amon-Ra St. Brown was the 3rd best wide receiver in the league last year. The D-line, there was 2 key additions to bolster the roster through free agency. Marcus Davenport, a pressure and sack monster, went on the field, amassing 11.5 sacks in his last 16 games played over 3 seasons due to injury. And the 5th best defensive tackle in the league in DJ Reader, who's paired with Aleem McNeil, who was the 7th in the league last year. PFF. That makes for the
Sorry.
best interior defensive lineman duo in the NFL, according to the PFF ranking system. The Los Angeles
Dean. Come on. Sorry.
The Los Angeles Rams are dealing with a plethora of problems with their offensive line. Starting left tackle is out the 2 games due to his suspension. Left guard Jonah Jackson, who just returned to play after rehabbing a training camp injury, has to play at center for his first time since his freshman year at Rutgers. So a backup at both left O-line and right guard, and a backup at left tackle and right tackle. It's a mash unit put together for Matthew Stafford, who's also recovering from a hamstring strain. Puka Nacua, rookie standout last year, just recovered to return to practice as a full participant on Wednesday. He suffered a bursa sac rupture known as bursitis layer in his knee during the offseason. He's also questionable still. Cannot be understated that the Rams lost to the Lions in the wild card game with Aaron Donald, the best defensive tackle in the league last year. Synopsis: I expect the new D-line coach, Terrell Williams, to get this defensive line to do some amazing things this year. With the Rams O-line issue, it might be a long day for the Rams signal caller.
Jaden Reed, touchdown again.
He might just get reacquainted with the rivets in the dome of Ford Field. Lions, despite their defensive struggles last year, was the 3rd best rushing defense. I don't expect that to be any different. If everything goes right, Rams 17, Lions 31. If it falls apart, Rams 21, Lions 24. I don't see a way the Rams come out of this with a win. And then we found out their cornerback 2, along with their starting safety, and another cornerback is all on the IR.
Who was that? Who was covering Jay Reed?
I don't know, but it
Gardner
pisses me
Johnson?
off.
Is that the end of the article, Jeremy?
Really? It was Gardner Johnson.
That's like a super long one that you normally your articles were never that long. So good job, man. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Watched him eat shit as he
You know
tried to
what?
tackle Reed.
You know what pisses me off is Nakobe Dean should have had that interception.
He should have. He should have ran it back for a pick 6. But he dropped the ball. And then Gardner Johnson blew his coverage on Jalen Reed.
Game called back.
Why? What
And-
the heck?
John
False start.
Macaron just released an article. Terrion Arnold gave Jared Goff, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and all the other wide receivers fits at training camp.
Oh, not my note. Not getting come back.
So
Wow, this
there is that. I know we get sick of hearing it, but when Taylor Decker said stopping our defensive line was actually a chore and fun to do this year, that tells me everything I wanted to hear about the defensive line, because he's on the side that's opposite Hutch. Who started there in training camp the entire time? Marcus Davenport or Matthew Betts or Isaac Ukwu, because Hutch just doesn't come off the field unless they tell him to.
Yeah.
And then he doesn't come off the field even then.
Right. And then he waits until he's so tired, he's like, okay, you can go.
Yeah.
We could see Pascal play end too.
Yep,
And
and Hudson. Houston. Hudson. Houston.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Everybody sleeps on Houston, man.
It's
All
not,
that guy does is produce too.
he's a
I don't
one-trick
think we
pony
sleep
right
on
now.
Houston. Yeah,
Pony.
I don't
Shit.
think that he hasn't produced. When you don't produce anything and you are constantly injured, that's going to make you look bad. Sorry.
Right. He's only,
Availability is the best ability in my case. That's how I see it. If you're not playing, then there's no reason why you suck to me. I mean, even if it's not your fault, these injuries, but it's a lot of these players get injured for stupid reasons too. You ever notice that? It's like, don't you guys practice in the off season? Don't you get strength and conditioning over the off season? Are you just not doing that anymore? What's going on?
I can tell you what's going on. It's the lack of 2 things: the extra preseason game and the lack of 2-a-days. Soft tissue injuries and everything in the league is up 33% since they did away with 2-a-days in 2017. It increased another 8% after they took away the extra preseason game? What's it going to be like when they go to 18 games and only 2 preseason games? Injuries are going to go up again.
Mm-hmm. That's a good call.
I sat there and I said, you know what? If they want to cave to only having 2 preseason games, then the NFLPA, the one that put in the thing about no 2-a-days, needs to allow 2-a-days to happen at training camp if they're just going to do one long training camp from the middle of June to the preseason.
Ooh, my nose.
Fred Peterson makes it into the chat.
What's up, Fred?
Fred.
I've been tracking a lot, and I don't see a team that is more put together in the NFC than Detroit. Detroit has no drama from what we saw, especially when it comes to contract negotiations. We didn't have anybody holding out. We have the best GM in the league. We have arguably the best head coach in the NFC. We have a team that actually cares about each other and wants the team to succeed as a whole versus just being about themselves.
Mm-hmm.
There's no ego struggle in Detroit.
That's such
From top down, and you have that in San Francisco. You have it with Ayuk. In Dallas, you have it with Lamb. In let's see who else. I mean, Philly, you've got it with Hurts and Saquon. Daniel Jones even has a little bit of an ego, and he ain't even earned his ego yet. He's just there.
Yeah, but I'm just kind of curious. I want to know when you started getting Daniel Jones money because his beard looks just like yours.
Yes, I'm not called Daniel Jones anymore.
I can throw a football a little bit better than he could.
I never noticed you look like Daniel Jones, Will. Damn. I never noticed that till you just pointed it out.
Jeremy called me that for the longest. I was like,
I did
Danny
not
Pennies.
know.
Danny Pennies.
No, he's Danny Dimes. Danny Pennies plays in New York.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm richer than that sucker.
I've never thrown a pick six in my entire football career.
Oh, you must be Mitch Trubisky then.
Dang.
Doesn't he currently hold the record for the Bears like single season passing record, or is that Jay Cutler?
No,
that's Jay Cutler.
Eric Kramer.
Is it Kramer?
Yeah, 3,865 yards, still holding since 1994.
No Bears quarterback has thrown over
Hey,
4,000
Jeremy, I have a
yards.
question for you. For all our Packer fans, how many days has it been?
Oh, this is day 632.
Let's go.
You know what that number is, don't you, Mike?
It's more Jets fans now.
Come on, Mike. You know this
632 passes since Aaron Rodgers threw a pass and Kirby Joseph caught it.
Yeah.
Is that right? Is that right?
32
You
days.
got it, buddy.
That was crazy. Wasn't that great? That was awesome. And then he went over to the sidelines and threw his helmet and Kirby caught it.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Hey, and I figured out why all those beautiful women left Aaron Rodgers. He kept promising a ring and never delivered.
Oh, he's got one though, bro. He's got one.
He does have one.
Got
He
the
does
ring
have
before
one.
he started dating any of them.
It's hard to bag on them when they got one when you're a Lions fan, though.
No, we got rings.
You got one. That's
That's
why the
right.
Bears fans can stand on 1985 till the day they die.
I know.
All right.
Until this season's done, if you listen to Good Morning Football, Sports Illustrated, ESPN, Damian Woody, Dan Orlovsky's even calling for it now.
What's that?
And Joseph Austin, that's great. To be fair, Kirby was wide open.
What is Orlovsky calling for?
That's a great comment.
Someone
Finish your
needs,
thought,
to make-
JB.
someone needs to go back in the man's of past, make Aaron Rodgers, have Aaron Rodgers in the Packers, and make a career mode, make a guy named Kirby Joseph, so you can do it all day long.
This is like the longest quarter I've ever seen.
I know.
I know.
Damn TV timeouts. Every time I look over on the game cast, it says TV timeout.
Oh, see that? See that little pick across the middle? Laporta's going to eat that up, Green Bay.
Yeah.
You're getting some tape on this defense. We don't get them till what, week 9?
Yeah. But at the same time, this is week 1 of that defense.
Good point.
Dallas Goddard.
Yeah,
I like
defenses
Goddard.
defenses are slow in the first game of the season.
So are
That's
all.
why
Awesome.
you see. That's why everybody comes out with their fantasy football league, and then everybody has all these big ass scores in the beginning of the season, and then it starts tapering down once defenses start stepping up.
Jay Thompson.
What's up, Jay?
Saying what up, y'all? Good to see you, Jay. I am so
Wait a
happy
minute.
that this show.
Hey, Jay.
Yeah, ain't that? Is that JJ? Right?
Yeah, that's YouTube dad, Green Bay Packers fan.
Of course he'd
That's
be
my
here.
YouTube dad right there, who's unfortunately a Green Bay Packers fan.
Go Pack, go! Yeah, he'd be here.
SPP.
Go right back to Green Bay because
Right.
they're
I'll show you a picture of him, Keegan. There's a reason I call him YouTube dad, and Jeremy's seen it.
yeah.
Jeremy's been on my show.
I'm safe. I no longer look like the oldest guy on YouTube.
Are you sure? Okay. No, I know. I think Kevin's older than Jay. I think Kevin's like 60 something. My friend Kevin.
I know
You've met
who
him.
you're talking about. I'm at the mall. So if you're looking to get into sports card collecting and you're looking for a place to pick them up, today I saw the first 2024 pack out, and it's a special Halloween edition of the Panini scorecards. It is 43 card packs for $22. Jay Thompson laughs at what I
Are
said.
you I was gonna stay after the show. I want to see you rip into those.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna rip into them right after the show because I'm not gonna do them on the show because this isn't a sports collecting show.
Yeah,
You
and
know,
I'm gonna stay on for a bit. I'm gonna stay on with you.
Oh, Jeremy.
Yeah.
So this time, or Wednesday of next week, all of this is going to be completely different.
Oh, you got new stuff to put up?
I'm getting a new shelf because I'm running out of space. If I go any lower, I'm on the floor with my awards. So I had my neighbor make me a 10-inch by 130 and a half inch.
And kudos on your truck winning first place in that car show.
Which one? My most recent one?
Yeah.
130 inches.
Any of them.
130 inches long?
Yeah, from
Like 10
from the
over
wall,
10 feet?
Yeah, from the front wall here, behind my PC, all the way to this back corner. So
Yay.
all of this is getting redone.
Wow. That's a
Nice.
lot.
So all of this is
Those muscle relaxers must do you wonders.
Yo, is it just me or does Keegan look like he's in the film room with a bunch of NFL players? He's like, hey man, did you see that play? Yeah, I did.
Yo, the true Hutch Jr. by look was Micro Mike, or the guy that's known as Mike Kimber, who's now on 100.9 ESPN radio out of Grand Rapids. But a close second is Keegan. He could be Hutch Jr. if the lighting's right.
Yeah, no,
so you've got Danny Dimes and Hutch Jr.
Yep.
yes.
Yeah,
And then
we
you got Bistrilla, Mike, and Smoking Jeremy B. Because
No, Bestrella's Dan Campbell last time I checked.
He can almost pull it off. He's close.
he just
Not
needs the
quite there.
goatee.
He needs the goatee.
And lose
I don't
about
know,
half
but
my weight.
when I saw that photo at the end of your new intro there, Bistrilla, I'm wondering how young that picture's from. With you having your head down, I didn't see any smile lines, nothing.
That's the reason why I had my head down.
Okay.
You asshole. No, dude,
I'm not as handsome as my co-host, so I have to pull it. I had to do something different,
Nobody's as handsome as Lions Rumble. Come on now.
you know who I call Rumble? Did you hear my nickname one time? I love him. Strahan.
Straight.
Yeah. You're doing that just because he has a gap in his teeth. Ooh,
You're so
Will.
wrong for that. No, just kidding. We call you that because
No,
you
I
just
love
gave
Rumble.
guys 10.
Yeah, Rumble's good people.
Rumble would be like, what the hell did you say to me? Like, yeah, damn right, Rumble. No, Rumble loves me. I'm going to come on eventually.
No, he'll be back
What the hell
again.
you
He's
guys
just busy right now.
doing?
I messaged him earlier. I, of course, invited him.
Oh, damn, that would be funny, John.
Oh, John,
That'd be awesome.
that's perfect. KC versus
I think he'll
Detroit.
drop one anyway.
Eminem
Oh,
drops a Taylor Swift diss track.
You
Well,
think Oh, sorry.
According to a WikiLeaks, they have a contract and they're supposed to break up by the third week of this season.
Hey,
Yeah.
and Kelsey is having his lawyers take a look at that.
Right.
Yeah.
Supposedly.
It's like it's false.
You think someone leaves the Lions out on Sunday like Eminem or someone, or it's too late?
I don't know what's going to happen Sunday. All I know is I'm going to be watching it in all its glory.
I will be at work,
What
but
are
I get
the
off right as
jerseys?
kickoff takes place, so I'll be switching
My
into my
jersey
jersey.
Is Hutchinson, the guy I expect to manhandle.
No,
the
I
right
meant
back.
what are the jerseys? The teams
They haven't
are
announced
wearing?
it yet.
Oh, they haven't.
There's been a couple of leaks. It looks like they're wearing the blacks because every time they show a picture on the Detroit Lions Instagram, it's been the black jerseys with all the different players who's been in the photo shoot wearing it. And it
Yeah, I don't
is
trust none of that
time
shit.
view.
Fourth down, they're going for it.
They got it, too.
3.
And they're in midfield.
I'm a little ahead of you guys. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I am too.
So you already knew it was going to be converted. Okay.
Yeah, that's why I went.
No, he's the sidekick. God damn.
Are you watching on Peacock too, Bistrilla? Ah,
No, I'm watching on Peacock.
I'm watching on
I am.
Peacock.
Actually, Peacock's slow for me.
Yeah, Peacock's slow.
I like the site I use.
Yeah, I like your site.
NFLHD.tv. Best
Well, I
one.
know
in-
Stream East just got taken down.
That's
Yeah, I
why
heard that.
hate it.
The government said no more.
Yeah, I go on Doku Sports. Doku's another one you can go on. That one's not in the country. It's offshore.
I
Just
thought
like that
Stream East
NFL
was
HD.
overseas too.
Nice, Michael Huck.
What
Stream
was
East was
the
overseas too.
What was the over under for this game? I didn't even look.
48 points. It's going over, it looks like.
Yeah.
Gainwell.
That
There's a
seems like
Gainwell.
that
thing.
seems
Oh,
like
there you
easy
go.
money, doesn't it? In hindsight, that seems so obvious. These two teams would go over, but it hasn't done
I
yet.
did say last night the last team that had the ball would have a chance to win the game in KC. And they had a chance. I ain't going to lie. I didn't want to pick a winner. But I said Baltimore on the podcast, but guess what I marked on the sheet of integrity? I
KC.
want to know, baby. I marked Kansas City.
I should have had KC.
Well, that's all right
I
for
was
that.
picking
For that
up-
Doesn't
misfortune,
matter.
karma's going to come back and get you
That
and just
doesn't matter.
lose you for a couple games. Nah.
Oh, I know. No, but I marked KC to begin with, but Dan wasn't on the show, and none of you fuckers were picking.
Doesn't matter. It's,
I
it's,
wouldn't
on,
pick
it's
the
on our
Patriots.
it's on our YouTube at Villain Squad. It's on
I
there
know.
with you typing in Ravens.
I did
So,
say the Ravens would win a close one. I did
whether
say,
regardless what you checked on some list, you put it out into the universe for all time
oh, I know.
that you picked the Ravens in that game.
And I
So
just
so
said-
after
On my pick'ems here, I'm 0-1, but on my pick'em sheet, the one that has a chance to win me money at the end of the season,
Right.
I'm 1-0. I'd rather
That's all
be
that counts.
1-0 on that sheet.
Yeah, that's
They
all that
just
counts.
had something about Detroit on the
halftime
stream.
show. Yeah, they're going to be talking about that.
With the LA
uh,
Yeah, Sunday
Rams
night.
O-line, you-
But the point spread was 3 on that anyway, Jeremy. And had he gotten that one toe under the line, Harbaugh was already signaling for 2. So
Right.
they were either going to win the game or they
Or
were going to
lose.
lose by 1 point, and we all would have looked like winners at that point. So we're talking about that much. So
yeah,
you were also that close to being wrong on the sheet of integrity.
yes, I was.
Hurts sacked.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Nixon.
what can someone remind me after last night what Patrick Mahomes' opening week record is?
6-1. And who was the one loss?
I was gonna say, can someone remind me of who that one is? Jeremy, I think you saw the post earlier today.
Yeah,
Jared
I
Goff.
saw it earlier too.
Jared
Oh no,
Goff
I
is
posted
the
it.
quarterback.
Bistro. I was like, hey, let it be known, Jared Goff's still the only quarterback to beat Patrick Mahomes on opening night.
Dude,
gotta
that
beat him
mic
once,
is
beat him
dope.
twice.
Cameron.
Turn it off. I can change
I like
colors.
how
I
it
gotta.
glows.
I can change.
Damn, you got it.
Leave it alone.
Oh,
Leave it alone.
Hold on, wait.
going
There's a-
backwards, man. Stop going backwards.
Okay. Sorry, Dan Campbell.
Hold on, wait.
Philadelphia's fucking up.
We're 50 minutes in.
Hey, B. Skrilla.
Who do you expect to be the
I think the last time I saw you was in Applebee's.
What's that?
He
What'd you
said,
say?
I saw you in that Applebee's commercial.
Oh, did you see the second Applebee's commercial he's in?
Yeah.
Where he's trying to be employee of the month?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one's funnier than the first one.
I know.
I'm coming for you, Craig.
I'm coming for you.
I love it. He just looks at the pitch and goes,
Okay,
He
what was
shakes
the
his
question, Jeremy?
Coming for you, Craig.
Okay. So I'm going to start with Bistrilla. Who do you got for your offensive and defensive star of the game coming up? Who is your projection for it?
for the Lions, let me see if I can get somebody unlikely. I like going for offense. I would think that I'll pick I'm gonna pick JMO. I know that's not going far off the wall, but
That's a good pick.
What about
JMO,
defense?
and then for defense, I'm gonna go for my boy, Amik Robinson. That's who I'm going for.
Well,
Oh, they spiked it. Sorry.
well,
I have a fantasy team, so I've got Raw. I think Raw's just gonna cook. I think he's gonna have like 2 touchdowns. And then I got Hutch. Hutch is gonna have a multi-sack game.
Mm-hmm.
all right, Cameron.
I gotta go with my boy. I think St. Brown's gonna be the offensive star of the game.
Safe.
I think Saint's gonna be the offensive star. Defensive. Who did they announce was cornerback or DB2?
It's Terry
Arnold.
Arnold.
I mean,
Okay,
Terry
yeah.
Arnold.
Arnold.
Yeah.
I was trying to make sure before I sounded stupid. I think Arnold's gonna be. I think he'll show up and show out.
Nice call.
That's
All right,
my two.
Egan.
Honestly, offensively, the Ravens have a decent. Rams have a decent D line, and they have Tre'Davious White, but they don't have any linebackers. So I gotta say, their my offensive player is Laporta,
Nice.
and defensively, I agree with Will. It's gonna be Hutch.
Okay. Main event, Mike. Who's your pick?
Well, I'm going to say it's going to be Jared Goff because it's going to be it's his old team where he wasn't good enough for him, and he showed out, and he played just as good as Matt Stafford did in that playoff game. So I like Jared Goff for the offense. For the defense, I'm going to go Brian Branch because he's going to start at safety. He's going to be playing that star role that he did at Alabama. So I think it's really going to open things up for him. So I know it's easy to pick a pass rusher when their O-line is beat up, but I think that we might see the beginning of something cool with Brian Branch playing that free roaming safety spot.
I love Branch. So good.
Because I expect a lot of pressure on Stafford, you're going to see a lot of check down. So I have the feeling they're going to be going to their tight end a lot offensively or one of the running backs. My defensive star of the game, and I'm starting right there, and I'm surprised not one of you picked him, Captain Jack Campbell.
Mm-hmm.
Captain Jack.
Because he actually picked up his coverage according to AG, and Dan Campbell says it looks like he's ready to take the green dot away from Anzalone, which I think will make Anzalone a better player because he doesn't have to worry about the play calling duties.
Hey,
So, hey, Kevin's in the chat too. Good to see you, Kevin. So I think it's going to be Captain Jack on defense, and on offense, David Montgomery running through where Aaron Donald used to be. Because that's what our O-line does. It opens up holes. And yes, it is that time. We are 54 minutes in. It's time to do those fake sponsors again. Because,
I love James's comment. I'm
thought Green Bay drafted Branch. Oh, wait. Yeah, it was Green Bay's pick, but we traded for it.
Hey, I thought they took DeGene, but they passed on
Terry
him.
Arnold.
Fuck the Bears. 100%. Put the FTP. The FTP. Fuck the pack. And last but not least, because Life did it to the Vikings. The Lions didn't have to do it. They're skull fucked this year.
They're skull.
I just want to point out something, because notice that all of this bad shit started happening to the Vikings after a certain player was traded and made a comment digging at the Lions. TJ Hawkinson, the day after he got traded, shit on the Lions and said, I'm glad to be in a place where I know what it feels like to win.
Coming to a winner, yeah.
Yep. Now they're 0-3 against Detroit. Kirby stole his kneecap, and their entire team is falling apart.
I love that, man. It's such a good call out.
Congratulations, TJ. You took the same old energy with you to Minnesota. Have fun.
I think Hawkinson was big mad. That's what he was. He was big mad he got traded from the Lions because he knew exactly where the Lions are going. He got traded to Minnesota, and now that's the reason why he lashed out.
I think
Hawkinson.
Dan Campbell thought he was soft.
He is soft.
He is.
Obviously.
That's why I got no kneecaps.
You know what's funny? Is 3 things happened that weekend. We traded TJ Hawkinson, got away. Number 1, Aubrey Pleasant was fired as our defensive passing game coordinator. Number 2, TJ Hawkinson traded away. Number 3, Jeff Daniels and Peyton Manning went to Ford Field while we were away that week and did the curse lifting ceremony. Since then,
I love that ceremony.
Since then, we are 22-8 since that happened. Think about that.
About to be 23-8. I got to jump off, guys. Thanks for having me, man. Have a great night,
See you,
guys.
Mike.
You too,
Shout
Mike.
out,
Guys. Take care, guys.
He's done. All right.
That's right.
I'm
That's
back.
Doc
It is
Walbrock.
that time of the night where I do have to give homage to the paying sponsor that B. Strilla loves so much that gave me the best tagline for it ever. It's Brandon Service right at the corner of South Grand Traverse and West Atherton Road. Where? In Flint, Michigan. Flint, where the water is shit, but the tires are good. Stop in and check us out. Used tires starting at $40 and up, depending on size and condition. And call us about our new tires, 810-233-8230. Talk to George, Red, or myself.
Yes.
Mention this ad, get $10 off a set of tires, unless your name is James Burgess. He gets $25 off a set. Brock can block while Hot sucks cock, according to Dr.
Yeah. Okay, Dr. Seuss.
That's pretty good. Pretty good, James.
Hey, I can't believe they let that out. Oh, wait, cock is another name for rooster. We get it. They allow that word on YouTube. Whereas if you said it on Facebook, you'd probably get slapped with a 30-day Facebook ban.
You'll get cock blocked from Facebook.
Facebook focuses on people because I've said some things that were pretty edgy on the line, and I've never got even a word said to me. So it's just certain people on there that continue to violate that policy.
Absolutely right, because I have actually told people, I said, wow, that makes a lot of sense. I'd rather wipe my ass than take the shit. In response to stupid stuff, and never been. I got one time I got it for an hour, and you want to know what was bad about it? Is that I shared someone else's meme from their page.
Oh, that's stupid.
And I sat there and I literally fought it immediately. I emailed Facebook monitors. I was like, you guys are getting me for sharing somebody else's link? How is that right? And they said, oh, you're right. You did share the link. You didn't share the actual meme. I'm sorry.
Jeremy, I got
Good
plus
stuff,
one
Fred.
from James. Oh, nice, Fred, by the way.
Waiting for
Three
my
are
branch
better than
to come.
one.
You bought all
Waiting
three?
for my branch one.
Hutch and Branch? Hey, that's funny. I'm wearing a Hutch. I have a St. Brown. And guess what? I have a Branch. We're on the same page. But I also have a Sewell, a Gibbs, Jack Campbell, and a Rodrigo.
And a Laporta?
And a Laporta.
Is Rodrigo still on the team? I've not heard
Yes.
anything.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Rodrigo's still on the team.
He's just a backup linebacker, just like Derek Barnes. That's why I don't think Derek Barnes is going to have that big of a game unless they start rotating him into the defensive end room or using him as a Sam pass rusher, because that's what he did for Purdue. But evidently, Purdue AG don't like to do that.
Well, they were talking about the linebacker that they got from Arizona that they purged from them. Yeah, getting him as a Sam.
Right.
So
somebody's going to have to go though, and I think it's going to be Rodrigo.
I don't think it will be
They're
Rodrigo.
not going to carry 11. They're not going to carry 11 linebackers.
But they rotate Rodrigo into that fullback position.
Yes.
Remember that?
Well, now
Rodrigo's
that Hess is
fullback.
playing, they're talking about putting Hess back there at fullback too.
They used Hess and Laporta in practice this year already.
Okay.
And also, Rodrigo is big on special teams. I think the guy that might be on the odd man out is the guy we just brought up off of someone else's practice squad mid-off season. That's Ben Neiman. Because Barnes has been here. He's drafted here. Trevor Nowaski was the second-year UDFA pickup that Arizona poached from us. And we poached him back. Basically, they tried to sneak him past waivers back to their practice squad, and we said, fuck you.
Fuck you, Arizona. Fuck Arizona.
And Arizona fans were pissed about it. They wanted him to be on the starting roster. I've heard about this. So I want to thank each and every one of my guests, Bistrilla, Will, Cameron, and Keegan, and of course, main event Mike, who had to leave because he had something he had to do. Bistrilla, please announce your show and go ahead and shout it out real quick.
Right now, I'm in limbo with the show because we're rebranding the show. So really, I kind of don't have a name or anything for it yet, but there'll be a show. I just don't know what it's called yet, but it's coming along, and we'll have it hopefully by next week, the next week 2 of the football season. So it's going to be an all Detroit show. That's something we decided. So.
And Fred Peterson, don't forget, you could either message me or Leonard, because we do cut these orderings too. I still remember aging warning all those lousy aging vents we had during Hard Knocks. I'll start the rookie. I'm not kidding. And guess what? He did that year. And until Rodrigo hurt his elbow, I think that was week 12, week 13, right around there. He started the entire season. But since that injury, Rodrigo hasn't looked the same as a linebacker.
I got you, Fred. I'll be on that same path. I'm just waiting for my Brian Branch first. That's the one I really wanted to get first.
I got my Gibbs in the all gray.
All of them are going to be black.
Oh, anything I order new is black from here on out. I ordered, and I literally, Will was on the show when I said I'm ordering a black Hendon Hooker right after we drafted him. And
I died.
Said, why are you getting a black Hendon Hooker? I said, because I've never had either.
I knew you were going there with that, man. I just knew you were going with that. I knew you were going there with that.
And Will just sit there. He didn't get it at first. He's like, huh?
As soon as you said a
And
black
then I
Hendon
figured
Hooker,
it
I
out.
knew
I was
it
like,
was
oh, wait.
And it took about 30 seconds, and it processed it. He goes, "You're so wrong," but that's funny as fuck.
Yeah, I know. I was like, wait, what took me so long?
I know,
nice.
Fred. I can't wait till I get mine, man.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get one black. But thank you, Cameron. Thank you, Will. Thank you, everybody. Have a great night. And James Burgess gave +1 JB. Try every day to be a better person than you were the day before. It's the only way to make the world a better place. It starts right here. Unless you're talking to your rival fan base, then fuck 'em.